Welcome back, everyone. All right, so let's go ahead and let's create a lava lamp. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this here, and we'll go ahead and we'll add in a cylinder. Um, let's see. Let's make the cylinder. Yeah, we'll just make it the 64. Let's make it 32 actually, because what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be adding a subsurf modifier uh, later. So lava lamps are actually very easy to make. So let's go, and everything is done over this cylinder here. So what I'm going to simply do is we're going to start off, and we'll just extrude this down a bit, and we'll kind of move that inward, yeah, maybe even just a bit more and a bit more like that. All right, we'll extrude this down again, and we'll simply just move that out. Extrude this down, and we'll push S to scale that out. Now, one of the things that you can do is you can match the angle. See, if you kind of move to the side here, you can kind of match that angle, but you don't have to do that. You don't really have to do that. And what I like to do is I actually kind of like to make it much bigger. So like that. That's actually a bit too much. We'll just kind of scale that in and just move it down a bit. Okay, so there we go. And one more extrude. Actually, we'll right click, scale, extrude. So we'll make that kind of the base. It looks kind of cool. So we'll go ahead and we'll actually move this up just like this. And what we'll do is we'll just kind of move this in like that. So that's going to be our lava lamp. That looks like a bit too much, so I'm just going to move that down here. Okay. Um, yeah, and so the only thing we need to do is we'll extrude this again, and we'll simply just kind of close it off. And I always like to put something else at the top of this. So eat extrude, and extrude again. As we'll scale this and extrude it. There we go. So there we go. There's our simple lava lamp. It's not too complicated to make. Now let's go ahead and add in that subsurf modifier. Let's go and add in the subdivision surface modifier. We'll tab out. We'll add in 1, 2, so like that. Now, one of the things that happened since the lava lamp was invented in the 60s, a lot of the furniture and the architecture dealt with curves, and it was kind of the zeitgeist at the time. So you want to make sure that this is as smooth as possible. We can even make this a fourth iteration. Okay. The problem with this is that there aren't these hard edges. So let's go and actually just take that down to 2. This is probably good enough. You could probably even get away with 3, but 2 I think is probably good for this here. Now let's just go and tab in object mode and apply that here. And you can see that this is pretty, it's pretty, there's a lot of vertices here, but it does look cool. And if you're doing some kind of architectural render, that does look like a lava lamp. Now, again, if you want to, let's say, have some kind of animation in there, you'd have to separate the top and the bottom. So if I were to just actually quickly delete this here, you can go and delete this, and I'll just show you what I mean extremely quickly. Is that, let's say this was the lava lamp, all right, and let's say we'll just kind of go to the bottom here, extrude this, scale it out just a bit. All right, and so this is the lava lamp. Move this up and scale that in. This would have to be a different object, and then you could go and put a cylinder on top of that in the bottom, and that way it would be a little bit easier from a materials point of view. I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.